And that's how that looks like. That was a lot of work, actually. Let's cut this guy at a diagonal, just like that. Just burning it. Okay, got two more, but my hand. I wanted to sit down and talk a little bit about the future of this channel. Hey, welcome back. Okay, so I cut a few more of these because there was one that was cracked and two more needed to be cut. But now I have everything lined up for routing. So I'm gonna route the heck out of these and they'll be ready for stain. So let's get at it. And that's how that looks like. So that'll be nice and clean. Let's keep going. Okay, also notice that these have these marks from the table saw, but I don't care. I'm gonna just leave that because all these are gonna be stacked next to each other, so you won't even see those. Okay. Okay, so I just finished routing all of these guys. That was a lot of work, actually. Took me a while. It is now 8:01 exactly, and it's about time for me to go home and call it a day. But if you have a router table, I recommend doing all the long edges on the router table and then just doing the short edges by hand, as I don't think that's possible on a router table, or if it is, it's kind of hard with the jig maybe. But yeah, so I'll call it a day. I'll see you probably tomorrow. Okay, back for more action today. It's the morning, so I have a little time before work, so I'm gonna cut this guy for the diagonal bracing that I need. I've pre-measured to 2 feet on the long side. So let's cut this guy at a diagonal. Whoops, power. There we go. So let's see what this will look like. So you've got this behind this, and just like that. Yeah. And I don't know how far. It has to go up on the back side. Doesn't have to go far. It can go all the way. Even if it goes almost all the way, like that, then we've got that much. So that's great. It's a bracing. Okay, so we need 3 more. Let's use this as a template. Okay, got 2. Now let's do another one. Got 3. Got 4. Thinking I could do more on the back just to copy it and get another 2, maybe 3 out of this. Let's try, see how many I can get. Got 5. Six. Okay, I got 7. If I just had 1 more, I could do the front and back. So I think I'll make 1 more out of some other board. I'll have to find another board. So now you can see what I'm doing with all my scrap. Just burning it. I don't have a need for it, especially little pieces like this. I have a lot of lumber from other projects that I've collected over the years. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this burn and enjoy it too, because the weather's cold. It's about 50 degrees right now, I wanna say. There go my dogs. Around 50 degrees. It's the middle of May, which is kind of surprising, but I guess that's what you get in New England. All right, gonna let this burn. Okay, I got 1 more large board. This one's riddled with ants for some reason, but I don't need much. I'm gonna cut it to length, which is about 2 feet, and then use that to cut diagonally, and then I'll rip it too. So let's get going. Now we've got 1 more board to rip to a 5-inch width, which is this guy. Hi, Ivy. And yeah, so I have it set to take off 4 inches. So this is a 9-inch board essentially. So I'll get left with 5 inches. That's it. Hey, buddy. You having fun over there? He's so silly. Hey, buddy. You silly too. I gotta cut stuff. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, now I gotta cut this diagonally to match this. Oops, power. Levi, shoo. Okay, I got it. Now I have my 8. But guess what? Now I have to route these things again. That'll be fun. I did say routing, but I actually meant planing. I want to clean up the faces of these pieces as well, because they're going to be directly touching the other ones which are already cleaned up. So let's make them the same. Okay, that does it. Okay, we got all these planed. Now let's go and route. Okay, I got my router set up. Let's do it. I think my hand might not like this because it's still sore from last time, but this will be the last batch of things I have to route, I think. I hope. Maybe not. The stringers on the roof. Well, at least I'll get a break. I'll do those stringers later. Here we go. Got 2 more, but my hand, wow, it's killing me. I can do this though. 2 more. Okay, done. Whew. Now I realize I didn't clean up these faces, but all of them look pretty good, so with the stain on there, I don't think it matters. Okay, that's done. Okay, so this is how it's going to look like. So it butts up right against the post. But I don't think I have the screws for this. I only have 3 of these. These would be perfect. It would grab a lot of this post, so these would be nice. And I think, you know, you kind of want to do it right here where there's a lot of material. And I have a lot of these, but they're a little too short. You have to move them down, and it would only really pinch this ending here. I don't like that. I want to go through more material, so I'm going to pre-drill these holes too, because I don't want to split this. And these 4-inch screws are also too long for the top. If it were to go through both, it would stick out that much. So no bueno. So that means another lumber store run for sure. Okay, but now I got to clean up. I'm gonna get everything under a tarp because there's going to be a lot of rain in the future. So rain, rain, rain. But I want to keep this dry because I want to do the stain as soon as possible. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, that should do it. Should be protected from the rain. If it doesn't rain, I can just undo this real quick and start the come on words, staining process. So I wanted to sit down and talk a little bit about the future of this channel. I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself as well, more than what I'll give in the intro. I'm a software engineer by trade, going on 20 plus years now in my field. And I love what I do, but I also love doing all of this stuff. So I want to share that with people, with everyone. And perhaps, you know, maybe you'll learn something along the way. That would be nice. Or if not, if you just find this entertaining, that's great too. But I love building things. I love, you know, working the land. I love making furniture out of lumber, making buildings out of lumber, making anything I can out of lumber, including sculptures. I love gardening. I love pretty much anything having to do with like the homestead. So basically homesteading is what I want to call this channel. Canning. If you're into canning, I'm into canning as well. You know, kind of being prepared. So maybe, you know, a little extra water storage, food storage solutions, collecting rainwater, things like that. I don't have the land to do other things which I'm really interested in, which are animals as well. So chickens, maybe goats, maybe donkeys, we'll see. But in 2 or 3 years, I think we'll move from here and we'll probably get a place with much more land. And at that point, you know, the world's your oyster. You can do whatever you want. I'm on an acre, just an acre, but this land produces lumber like crazy. I've been here for 12 years or so, actually going on 13. And every year, you know, I make, I don't know, 20, 30 fires like this, maybe even more on some years. And I never burn through it all. It just keeps producing and producing lumber. So that's nice. So it kind of goes to show you, I guess, if you don't use a lot of firewood, you don't need a lot of land to get the firewood you need, especially for a suburban setting like we're in right now. You know, if you host parties every now and then, if you want just to enjoy a fire every now and then, an acre parcel really provides you with all you need. Yep, just a ton of ideas flooding in my brain right now. I've got a lot of things that I want to show you. I don't want to spoil too much. I'll do another video to catch you up on where I am now. So I'll do another video where I'll go through the property, show you what I've done so far, explain things a little bit to get you caught up until now. Okay, I think that'll do it for today. Gonna call it a day, head inside, and relax. I'll see you next time. Well, it's cold and wet and not so fun, and it's gonna be like that for the next, I don't know, couple days. But our little waterproof cover is working, there at least. The rest of it is not protected. We'll see how fast it dries out, but for now, I'll see you next time.